So let's go ahead and come to, let's start lying down. So you can lie flat on your back, however you're comfortable. So the legs can be straight out, the knees can be bent. You can knot the knees together, let the knees fall out to either side. The hands can rest wherever they're comfortable. Once you settle in, the eyes just close. And as always, just take the first few moments of your practice simply to breathe. So in and out through your nose, if that's comfortable for you. Perhaps through the mouth. The nose is an option. And if you're feeling particularly relaxed already, maybe you just tap into that natural rhythm that the breath offers. If you're feeling a little busy, a little stressed, a little tense, maybe you take super full breaths in and out, slowing down, grounding. However you are breathing, just feel it as it enters the body, where it moves to within the body, how it feels when it leaves the body, and what changes in the body as you breathe. You can focus in on little areas where you might be feeling something. Could even just be where your body is connected to the ground. Almost like you're taking a step out of your body and just looking in. What do you notice? If you're not already there, go ahead and bring your left hand to your chest and your right hand to your belly. And breathe big here. So big breaths in. Maybe you even pause at the top. Slow breaths out. Just using your hands as a tool here to feel the breath and feel connected to your body. Your inhales longer than the exhales, or the exhales longer than the inhales. Try not to change anything, just notice. Next time you breathe out, let it go through the mouth. Straighten those legs if they're not already straight. Reach the arms up above the head. Just feel a full body stretch here, waking up. You can circle the ankles, circle the wrists. And start to wiggle the upper body over to the right side of the mat, like a standing side bend. So the arms are reaching across to the right side. The whole left side body gets a good stretch. And the feet can stay, or you can walk them over to the right corner of the mat as well, making a little C shape with the body, a little half moon shape. Option across that left ankle over the right, just to engage a little deeper. Wherever you are, just breathing into that space that you're creating. And then if the ankle is crossed, you can uncross. Legs come back to center. Then we wiggle the upper body back to center. Take a minute and just stretch. Roll out the ankles and wrists maybe the other way. And then we'll find the other side. So left, walking the upper body to the left top corner of the mat. Feeling the left ribs, armpit, upper arm stretch out. Maybe those feet come to the bottom left corner of the mat as well. And then the option to cross right ankle over the left. Finding that little half moon shape on the other side. Just breathing into space that you're making on this side. The ankle is crossed, uncrossing, feet come back to center, then we wiggle the upper body back to center. Another big stretch, fingertip to toe tip, and then finally we hug the knees into chest. Rocking a little side to side, feel the low back connect with the mat. And then we bring those feet down to the mat, bring them wide, let the knees come to touch. Goalpost your arms. So out long by the sides would have been in the elbows. And start to drop the knees over to the right side. As you do, gaze over your left shoulder. And then breathe in, bring it back through center. As you exhale, drop it to the left. Gaze over right shoulder. Just move back and forth in this way, slowly, fluidly, matching movement with breath. One more each side. After you've balanced out the two sides of the body, coming back to center, bring those feet back in toward one another. And just extend the right leg straight up. So options here, just to let this leg hang in space. You can take hold of some part of the leg that you can reach and really, really gently hug in. If it's difficult to reach the leg, you can wrap something around that foot and hold on there. Anything we're doing here is super, super gentle. We're just warming up. Roll through the ankle a couple times here. Shake out any kinks. And you can roll the other way. And then release any hold and super, super slowly, let's lower that right leg all the way down to the mat. Feel it move through space. Notice when it starts to get heavy, any changes in the body, different parts of the body that activate. And then once the heel does reach the mat, just feel a big release. Begin to bring right foot in to meet the left. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So starting with that left leg straight up, and you can stay or hug in. Taking hold of any part of the body that you can comfortably reach without straining the upper body. So the head, the shoulders, the spine still connected with the mat. There's no need to force anything here. Again, it's early in the practice, early in our day. Everything is super gentle right here. You can roll the ankle on this side, if you did on the other. Changing directions. Then releasing, and again, as slowly as you can, lowering down. Feeling the leg move through space, feeling different parts of the leg activate, become heavy, and then eventually that heel does reach the mat and you let it all go. And bringing that knee in to meet the right. Let's go ahead and roll all the way onto one side. And then use that opposite hand just to prop yourself up to a seated position. Once you find a comfortable seat, the sit bones really root down, let the spine be long, shoulders relax, and just tiptoe the fingertips out wide. Tuck the chin to the chest. Slowly bring that right ear towards the right shoulder. As you exhale, chin back to chest. Left ear comes to the left shoulder. And chin back to chest. Let's find one more each side. So right ear to the right. Chin to chest. And left ear to the left. And chin to chest. Bring the head back up to neutral. As you bring the hands to heart center, eyes closed. Take a moment and just feel the palms touching. Maybe the thumbs come in towards the chest. Maybe they hang in space. Just take a moment in stillness here, simply to remind yourself why you rolled out your mat. Why did you show up today? What is it that you'd like out of this practice today? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Just let it all just kind of come to surface here. And then take a super big breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, let it go. And when you're ready, blink the eyes open. And let's work our way onto all fours. So come to your tabletop, those knees underneath the hips. The feet extend straight back. Tops of the feet press. Nice flat back here to start. So go ahead and rock forward slightly, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. And then rock back almost to a child's pose. Keep the hands really rooted. Do that 2 more times. Rocking forward, rocking back. One more time, just warming up the wrists here, coming forward and back. Back to tabletop here, cat and cow. Breathe in, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, dome the spine, drop the head between the arms. Continue moving in this way. Breathe in, belly drops. Feel your heart lift. The gaze follows. Exhale, reverse. As you breathe in and the heart opens, maybe the shoulder blades come together. Keep the core strong. Exhale, they pull apart as you tuck, gaze towards the belly button. One more breath in and out. Slowly back to your flat back here. Maybe those hands come slightly forward, about a palm print or so. And we can tuck the toes, lift the hips, come into our first downward facing dog. Decide what your body needs. So it might feel good to pedal out the legs. It might feel good to stay completely still. Just honoring your body in this moment, in this day, right now. How are you feeling and what do you need? Maybe settling into stillness if you're not already there. So just taking a few rounds of breath here in downward facing dog. If you're feeling tense anywhere in the upper body, maybe you try the tiniest little bend in the knees. Have some relief. And then we'll really slowly begin to walk those feet up to meet the hands. So we'll come to fold at the very top of your mat. Lifting right up to a flat back, hands can come to the shins or the thighs. Think tabletop spine here, nice long spine. And then a slow release down. Breathe in, arms sweep all the way up. Palms can face each other or touch. And then we'll bring the hands down by the sides, coming to your mountain pose. Breathe in, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe knees are soft as you release. Lift halfway, flat back. And exhale to fold here. So hanging here in ragdoll, keeping as little or as deep of a bend in the knees as you'd like. The arms can hang, come to opposite elbows, to blocks if you have them. Just let the head hang heavy. So we're naturally just opening through the backs of the legs here, gravity doing all that work for us. So your focus is on releasing tension in the upper body. Maybe you don't even notice that the face is tense or the shoulders are shrugged, or there's a little space you can make somewhere along the back. Even rock a little side to side, shake it out. And if you haven't already done so, go ahead and take a tiny little bend in the knees. Release any hold that you have in the arms. And just really slowly inch your way up to standing. Stacking vertebra on vertebra, head the last thing to rise. Meeting in mountain pose. Breathe in, sweep the arms. Let's take a bend in the elbows. Spread the fingertips wide, goalpost arm. So before going any further, feel those shoulder blades pull together. Keep the lower ribs tucked in so we're not popping out. We're keeping structure in the torso. And you can stay here or begin to lift the heart, lift the gaze, coming into a baby back bend. Completely optional. Either way, we're opening through the chest. Next breath in, we'll lengthen, straighten the arms, and slowly fold. Lift halfway to that flat back again. Hands to the ground or blocks. If you have them, we'll just step the right foot back. Dropping the back knee, softening through the toes. Go ahead and untuck. So left knee tracking over the left ankle, lifting just slightly. So hands can be on the ground, on the blocks, maybe that left knee. Feel the chest lift. So we're not just totally collapsing down. Hard to breathe there. We're lifting so the breath can flow. And just take a few rounds of breath here. Feel what changes as time goes by. And we'll slowly walk it back. So straightening through that front leg. Keeping the littlest bend in the knee, of course, if that's more comfortable. No need to lock through the knee. Hips go back as we just fold over that left leg. And start to bend again into that left knee. Once the foot is grounded, bring the right hand on the ground. Bring the left hand to the low back. And start to just peel open to the left. So left shoulder stacks on top of the right. You can stay here or you can release that left arm up towards the ceiling. Either way, we're bringing out the spine here in this twist. And then on the exhale, we unwind the hands down. We're going to slide it back to tabletop, but we're going to bring that left foot straight back, toes on the mat. From here, just rock forwards and backwards slightly, a little more work through the calf, rolling up the ankle. And then toes ever so light on the mat, or you can begin to lift. Right arm out in front of you, the palm's going to face in. Feel the hand reaching forward, feel the heel reach back. Core has to engage here to stay balanced. And then we release to all fours. Shake it out, rock the hips a little side to side. Maybe you gaze over one shoulder as you move. A little movement in the neck as well. And then we'll come back to downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Just breathing here. Eventually take a bend in the knees, let the gaze come up towards the hands, and walk those feet out of the mat. Breathe in, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, mountain pose, hands by the sides. Breathe in, sweep the arms, maybe you lift the gaze, and then hands come through heart center as you fold forward. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Lift halfway, flat back. Plant those hands, step the left foot back. Dropping the back knee, untucking the toes. And again, hands can stay on the ground. They can come to blocks or something block-like, or they can come to that right knee. Core slightly engaged, belly button in towards the spine, and then the hips sink forward. Try not to think too much about the body, how it looks. Just kind of settle into something that feels good. And then just breathe into that space. And beginning to walk it back, straightening through that front leg as much as it's comfortable. Walking the hands back a little further if you need. And just folding over that right leg. Deep stretch through the whole back of that right leg. And then go ahead and bend into the right knee. Once the foot is rooted, the left hand grounds down. Right hand to the low back. Opening out to the right side, finding that little stack of the shoulders, and then maybe releasing that arm up. On the exhale, go ahead and unwind, both hands rooted. We'll extend that right leg straight back, toes on the mat. Rocking a little back and forth, rolling out the ankle. My calves are crazy tight, so this feels good on calves as well. Maybe it does for you too. And then feel free to stay with the toes rested, or you can lift them off the mat. Toes are gonna point down if you lift. And then that left arm comes out in front of you. The palm's gonna face in towards the body. And go ahead and lower down to tabletop. Keep the knees lifted, or the hips lifted over the knees. Just walk the hands out. The arms maybe stay engaged as you let the chest melt down. Keep opening through the upper body here. Spending so much time in different spaces. So whether you're working from home or just being at home more, maybe your posture is taking a hit. Feel everything unwind here. And then let's press into the hands as you lift up. Go ahead and hinge forward to a plank. Knees are gonna stay on the mat. And then lower to the belly, setting up for a few rounds of cobra. So pressing tops of the feet, fingertips light. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, chin taps. Two more like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Those fingertips can even hover. And lower down. Find your way up to tabletop. From there, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Slow release. And then we'll bend the knees, gaze between the hands, walk it to the top of the mat. Find your flat back. And exhale, fold. Coming into chair, so if it's comfortable to bring the feet and knees together, feel free. And then we'll bend the knees and drop the hips, sweep the arms up. So if the feet are slightly apart, that's fine. Knees stay apart as well, tracking over the ankles. Bring the hands to heart center. Nice balanced weight between the two legs here. And then let's step the right foot back. Spin the back heel down, open up, warrior two. Arms out in line with the legs, bend into that left knee, knee tracking over the ankle. So if it's behind or way ahead, readjust your stance. Find some strength through the core here. So balancing the body over top of the two legs and stopping somewhere in the middle. Soften through the shoulders. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Right hand slides down the back leg. Feel that left arm reach. Let's find our way to side angle. So bring that left elbow or forearm along that left thigh. Feel the right arm either reach straight up or overhead towards the front of the mat. Fingertips stay active, so don't let your hands go limp. Keep everything strong and connected. And then let's lift up, warrior two. Next, exhale, both hands are gonna come down to the mat or the blocks. Back heel's gonna spin up. Go ahead and take little steps or one big one as the right foot comes to meet the left. Lift halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold down. Chair pose again, knees bend, hips drop. Sweep those arms up. Let's bring the hands right to heart center. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Send the weight back, maybe wiggling through those toes. And then shift the weight over to the right foot. Little steps or one big one. As we step it back, spin the heel down, open up, warrior two, other side. So again, checking in, knee over the ankle. Also make sure the knee isn't caving in, keeping it in line over top of that ankle. You should see the big toe. Bring the shoulders really close up to the ears and then take a breath as you just soften. Flip the front palm. Exhale, left hand slides down the back leg, right arm reaches up. Nothing changes anywhere, just the upper body moves. So keep this strong through the core and the back. Keep the legs how they were. And finding our way to side angle, so right elbow or forearm grazes that thigh. The left arm can reach straight up or overhead. If you're reaching overhead, maybe play around with spinning those pinky fingers down so that the left shoulder can soften. Just breathing here. Eventually lifting up, warrior two. And on the exhale, both hands down to the mat or blocks, back heel spins up, little steps or one big one coming to the top of the mat. Lift halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold. Soften those knees, head heavy. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And then slowly again inch your way up to standing head, the last thing to rise. Meeting in mountain pose. Breathe in, sweep the arms. Let's again take a bend in the elbows, spread the fingertips wide. Again, lower ribs stay tucked in. Either stay just like this, or again, that lift of the chest. Palms open, fingertips spread wide, gaze lifting, heart lifts. And slowly lift back up to a straight spine. Let's bring right arm underneath the left. So you can touch shoulders, backs of the hands, or palms. Wherever you are, we want the spine to be long. So I talk a lot about the spine. Everything originates from the spine, so we always focus on that first. So shoulders, backs of the hands, or palms. Take a little bend in the knees. Either stay with chair pose legs here, or you can cross right leg over the left. Toes can tap the mat, they can hover or wrap. Coming into your version of eagle. Everything is strong. Squeeze the arms together. Squeeze the legs together. Feel the feet press down. Belly button in towards the spine. Core active. Crown of the head reaching up. If the legs are crossed, uncross the right leg, chair pose. We'll unwrap the arms as you straighten the legs, reach the arms up, 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 and mountain pose, hands by the sides. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in, and let it go. Eyes blink open as the arms sweep up. And this time, left arm underneath the left, or right. Again, touching shoulders, backs of the hands or palms. Bending into those knees. Either staying in chair pose or left crosses over the right. Feel everything connected. Notice the parts of your body that are touching other parts of the body. So where the legs cross, where the arms cross, where the hands are touching. If the left leg is crossed, gently uncross both feet on the mat. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, straighten the legs. Exhale, mountain pose. Roll the shoulders out a few times. And then again, we'll breathe in, sweep the arms, maybe lift the gaze, soft knees, fold forward. Lift halfway, flat back. Plant those hands, go ahead and step it back to plank. And let's drop the knees. Sit back towards the heels. So toes stay tucked. Having a nice stretch for the bottoms of the feet. If this is enough for you here, feel free to just stay. If you'd like to deepen that foot stretch, you can sit up on the knees. There we are, just take a few breaths. Sometimes this is super intense, super uncomfortable. Can you breathe through it? And slowly we'll find our way to tabletop. So hands on the mat, untuck the toes. And just shake a little side to side, rock the hips, circle the head. Find some sort of movement pattern that feels good for you. Don't think about how you look, just move. Don't think about how you're moving, just let your body guide you. Slowly settling back into tabletop. Next, inhale, bring that right arm out to the side. Exhale, right hand through the space between left arm and leg. Palm can touch the mat, or you can drop that shoulder fully. Left palm can stay rooted with a bend in that elbow, or you can extend that left arm out in front of you. There's not really a right or wrong here. Find yourself in a place where you can still breathe. If it's hard to breathe, that's a really good sign from your body that you've gone too far. Or that it's just not right in this moment. So maybe you're perfectly capable of some shape, but it just doesn't feel right today, and you need to honor that. Without the breath, what are you really doing? If that left hand is reaching, go ahead and bend back into the elbow. The palm will ground down. And we'll work our way up. We're gonna again reach that right arm out to the side and up, and then work our way down to tabletop. We'll find the same thing other side. Left arm reaches out and up. Left hand goes through right arm and leg. Either the palm can touch the mat or you can drop to your comfort level. Maybe that left elbow or shoulder fully grounds. And again, bend into that right elbow or straighten out in front of you. Getting back into that right elbow, palm grounds down. Go ahead and come up tabletop. Check it out. Oh, left arm reaches out and up. And then lower tabletop. Bring the knees a little wider. Let the feet come toward one another. Sit back towards the heels. Walk the hands out, child's pose. Let the chest melt down. Let the forehead melt down. Just breathe. Use this as a little pause. Notice where you go. Notice how you feel. Never from a place of judgment, just of observation, of curiosity. Let's slowly come up to all fours. And take your time coming all the way seated. We'll extend the legs straight out. You can give the knees a little shake if you want to let go a little bit in the legs. And then let's take a bend in that right knee. So the right foot can stay on the inside of the leg, or you can cross it over. Either way, left hand or arm is going to wrap around that right knee, and that right hand is going to come behind you. So we're not dumping weight into that right hand, causing us to curve the spine. It's really just as light as can be on the mat here. And the focus is really on pulling up, like there's a string at the top of your head and you're being pulled up towards the ceiling. Every breath in, feel that length grow a little bit taller, and then you'll just naturally make space to move into this twist. And just begin to twist back to center. Straightening that right leg out, so uncrossing if you're crossed, and then we'll take it to the other side. Left knee bends, foot can stay on the inside or cross over, right arm wraps, left hand behind you. So just twisting in towards the thigh, so belly comes into the thigh and not away. So if you're on the opposite side of whatever we're doing, that's okay. Just make sure you're twisting into the leg. And slowly twisting back to center, uncross and straighten the left leg. Again, give the legs a little shake. And then roll the shoulders back, bring the hands slightly behind you. So we're going to go into either an upward plank or an upward table. So plank legs are straight, table knees are bent. Either way, we're finding a lift of the hips. So you can be here or you can be here. Breathe. And let's let those hips lower, straighten the legs if they are bent, reach the arms overhead and fold over the legs, hands maybe to the ankles, to the shins, the thighs, or the feet, taking whatever seated forward fold feels good to you. And then sliding those hands up the legs, taking a bend in the knees. Go ahead and roll your way onto the back. Once you're on the back, bend into those knees and just rock the hips a little side to side here. Feel a sense of release through the low back. Maybe feet come a little closer as those hands come by the sides. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So lifting the hips off the mat. If you want to take it a step further, you can wiggle a little more onto those shoulders, interlacing hands underneath you or reaching for the ankles. If you'd like a more restorative option, slide something underneath the low back, a blanket, a bolster, a pillow, a block. And let's lower the hips down and hug the knees into chest. Right hand to right knee, left hand to left knee. Push those knees away from the body, circle them out, and then bring them back in toward one another. And just move in that way, little circles in opposite directions with the knees. And move in the opposite direction, out and away, then back together. Once those knees meet, the feet come back to the mat. And the right ankle will cross over the left knee, guiding that right knee away from the body. And either staying just like this, or guiding that left knee into the chest, right hand can thread through the space between the legs, and both hands interlace underneath the left thigh. The whole upper body is relaxed here. So if you're somewhere in between that foot being on the ground and lifted, wrap something underneath that left thigh. And you can hold on to that instead. So making your own little props out of things you can find in your own home. So a blanket, a towel, a scarf, anything like that works fine as a strap. Go ahead and bring that left foot down to the mat. Uncross the legs, both feet on the mat. Rock it out a little bit of your knees. Then eventually left ankle comes over the right knee. Again, you can stay with the foot on the ground, or you can guide that knee to the chest, maybe left hand through the space between the two legs, both hands interlace underneath the thigh. One side of the body most likely feels a lot different than the other. That's okay, that's normal. Just meet yourself where you are. Forget about the other side. Figure out what feels good here. Again, if you're feeling like you need some grounding, maybe the breath is a little deeper. And let's bring right foot down to the mat, uncross the legs. So here, let's extend both legs straight up. So you can stay with the ground fully, or the back fully on the ground. You can slide something underneath the hips, a pillow, a blanket, a block, or you can slide those legs up a wall. Again, with something underneath the hips or not. Whether the hips are grounded or a little assisted with something underneath. We have a really great release for the back here. So just focus on feeling those legs hang effortlessly above the body. Notice if you're holding any tension somewhere else to stay lifted. So maybe through the shoulders, maybe the arms, maybe in the face. Let it all go. Just a few more breaths like this. And we'll gently bend the knees, bring the feet onto the mat. If you have something underneath the hips, go ahead and lift and remove it, and the hips lower all the way down. Let's bring the feet wide. Again, those knees come to touch, goalpost arms. So you can stay like this, or find that movement pattern we did earlier, dropping knees right, gaze left, and then knees left, gaze right. Just moving side to side on your own a little bit here. After you've balanced out the two sides of the body, bring the feet back in toward one another. So we're going to lift the feet off the mat. Keep a bend in the knees. So knees underneath the ankles, feet straight out from there. So a little 90-degree angle as those arms come wide. And then both knees can just fall over gently to the right side. Coming into a spinal twist. If it's comfortable to do so, close the eyes. And really gently bring those knees back to center. Just as slowly, let them fall over to the left. Go ahead and come back to center. Bring the feet down to the mat, just let the back relax. Take a full breath in. And let it go. And then one by one, go ahead and extend those legs straight out on the mat. Rest the hands wherever they're comfortable, so that could be on the body or beside the body. Either way, the eyes will gently close and settle into your savasana, your final relaxation. So we'll spend a couple of minutes here together, all relaxing. If anything comes to surface, what can you do to let it go? Can you just come back to the body, to your breath? Just come back to this deep release, this deep relaxation. Really, really slowly, just begin to allow each breath in to be just a little bit deeper, and each breath out to be just a little bit longer. Not rushing your way out of the Savasana. We're still very much relaxed right now. Just bringing the focus back to the breath. Take a minute and allow your mind to go free. Let it expand out as far and as wide as possible. And just notice what you become aware of. How many of your senses can you become aware of? And then you can gradually invite little movements into the body, wiggling fingers, toes, rocking the head side to side, just feeling each movement that you make. Until eventually you hug the knees in towards the chest and make your way to one side. And you can make your way up to a seated position when you are ready. Keeping the eyes closed and allowing hands to come to heart center. And take one last very deep breath in and out. And I thank you all for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste.
Thank you.